I need to get by and I don't really want to get finger poked. Please, that's not even finger, that's a full palm blasted. That's what you get for wearing leathery mittens. I didn't down 2 entire liters of brandy and hold a shotgun barrel in my mouth for 3 hours weeping last night just to have to do it again tonight. That was my quota for the month. Bashing the bachelor. He's a bachelor no more, if you know what I mean. He lost his B card. Unless I walk into the room with a revolver pointed at their face and press yes.
Hilarious. Like and subscribe.
And I will now proceed to describe a marathon of questionable sex in the stylings of Dr. Seuss. That's me at my second grade talent show. Yes, I sounded like that. I sounded older than I do now when I was 5 or whatever age that happens to be. I have no idea. I need better materials. I also noticed that what I was given at the operating theater wasn't nearly as good as it was the first time around. I imagine because I had less supplies the first time around and it just wants to stay a little bit balanced. Still very mad at it. Still demonstrably fucking upset. Good thing I've got the revolver, because slicing open my own veins with a scalpel doesn't sound very fun. Plus, I'm a medic. I'll probably just accidentally patch it up, as I'm so good at my job, I can't even kill myself. If only I was a one hell of a cap-poppin' gangster, too. You mentioned you study steppe rites. What does a dirg mean? It's what they call a ball mark for slaughter. Butchering a body... No, that's not what you sound like. Butchering a body means imitates an act of creation. Actually, I've heard that such a ritual will take place tomorrow. I'll bring a bull from the steppe and parade it on the streets. The principle of correspondence in action. That's why my bull fucking disappeared. So my bull dies and comes back as a spirit? Maybe it communes with Papa or something? Interesting. They believe a bull's body mirrors the structure of the universe. Your dirg is this sacrificial bull. Not quite what I expected. Can a person be called that? Well, it's complicated. I can't help with the finer points. I know a man well versed in such things. The foreman onion, the forerunner of all onions in the entirety of Russia. The most powerful one, he brought them here. He sired them all. I don't like that idea. Where does he, like, fire it out from? Does he just peel later? Oh, onion birth must be really adorable. It must be like those surgery videos where they, like, cut up tomatoes and grapes and shit. Onion. I know the name. He was father's friends. He always had terrible breath. Well, you could help me. Oh, that implies that Onion's been inside of Dad's mouth many, many, many times. You know what? That's how you get the best information. And if I'm living up to if I'm gonna wear the shoes of my father, I also need to be worn as, my dad's friend's finger puppets. It's what he would have wanted. The foreman of the abattoir. A resourceful, reliable man. Irreplaceable, even. He's a link. He helps us keep the kin under control. I need to see him. I assume he's locked in the Termitary with the rest of the kin, which means he is well out of your reach. I'll have to wait until this blasted epidemic is over. Hope you're doing everything you can to end it. Why was it locked? Fine, Obama, since it's you who's asking. He's got such a way with words, you know what's gonna happen. I'm spreading myself for a good old Punch and Judy show right now, my friend. That's a finger puppets thing for everyone who isn't a filthy Brit cunt. The Termitary was closed because of a massive upcoming strike, and since our workforce is rather retarded, it would have inevitably become a bloody bestial riot. They have very strong grip. I don't know if you've noticed. Do you follow me? Yes, preventative measure. It was a stroke of luck that it happened right before the epidemic. The blockade of the Termitary became a quarantine. Now I can be sure that 30% of the whole town is quite safe. 30%? I hear you right! Fresh census is long overdue, but as far as I know, the Termitary shelters about 5,000 people, and I've seen 90% of them flood through the windows very recently. By that I mean one. She was just a very large woman. She is 1/90th of 5,000 people. The rest are fucking miniature. Yes, it's manual labor, but it's mostly like, it's like for a model village. It's like sending them to the mines or whatever the hell and watching them choke to death, but it's adorable because it's like a really overpriced show because someone built a tiny house out of cardboard. What the fuck are those things? They're very incredible, but what the fuck are those things? Who invented you? Why? It's like those people who put fleas in clothes. Comparing my own kind to fleas now, are we? No, who am I kidding? My kind don't deserve clothes. Crowding. Poverty. I don't blame my family for that. There's also a girl. Tight cheek. I need to make sure. Oh, that's a daughter? That's a kid? Oh, I need to stop calling you Tara Tight Cheeks. I need to make sure that she's alright. Maybe it's just that she'll never speak to me. Maybe that it's just really, really painful to ever even try to open her mouth. She's likely to split. You bewilder me, Barack. You're a doctor, aren't you? You of all people should understand such things. Right now, the Termitary is an ark. A bastion of safety. Despite the riots, despite the crowds and possible hunger. There is water, at least. Can you guarantee you won't track the plague in on your boots? I'll take off my boots. I'll rub everyone with my bare feet. And they'll all die of a fungal infection instead. There you go. I've saved you from the plague. Permanently. I wonder if Udurg represents, the Termitary as a whole. Is the Termitary about to get fucking sacrificed or something? Wait a minute. I was told my wife is hanging around in a fucking cemetery somewhere. And I don't know which cemetery it means. Oh yeah, and he's been listening out to that fucking piano music as well, don't I? Okay, I'll see you guys real soon. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can find my personal AstroTurf pitch and see if she'll finally give me a kiss. And if she finally mowed that AstroTurf. I know it might clog the mower, I know it's mostly plastic, but kinda worrying me. That you need plastic down there. Why do you not grow hairs like normal people? I imagine it's more like clumps of moss for my kind, but hey. Don't knock it till you try it. At least it's more nutritious than accidentally getting a pube caught in your braces. And then peeling off someone's entire cock scalp on the exit maneuver. Ew. Why are you bursting? Oh, you like reformed that? Okay. You know what's really worrying me? I mean, we might as well have some beautiful, soothing Radio 4 late night travel talk tones, whatever the fuck, I don't know what I'm trying to say. In a long ass road trip over roads that never fucking existed, with vehicles that may never ever shift again. We might as well do that while we're trapped here for fucking centuries. So, the bull that's being sacrificed, I think that's my bull. I named my bull Partner. This game loves its fucking metaphor, which is another thing I figured out the other day, or while I was doing random useless bullshit for ages. I think I've found another even deeper layer to the metaphor, maybe a bit. And it makes me believe the Odong's claim that they're immune even more. We'll go into that first, because why the fuck not? I didn't even start my other thing. You know how it's like rough as Dutch, safe to touch, smooth as bone, leave it alone? Humans have relatively smooth skin. Those little rotund frog babies. I would say they have a certain air of Krusty the Clown to them. I feel like they're all hopped up on crocodile at literally all times. I feel like they were literally built by some kind of high-class snakeskin handbag manufacturer, and they got the fuck out of control. They got their own Toy Story movie plot. Although whenever I walk into the room, they don't immediately go floppy, and that's a real shame. Unless I walk into the room with a revolver pointed at their face and press yes. What do you plan to do about us, Kirkin? I am not Queer Kenneth! For the last time, you don't even remember my name or my sexual orientation. This is my homosexual associate, Queer Kenneth. Anyway, there is no us. Now's not the time for love. Fuck it, what makes you think I love you? Why are you following me? Oh, full well, we've seen this before. What's your actual name? You'll remember it yourself when the time comes. You're a good dancer, Bayala. Bayala to you for the good harvest. Okay, that taught us nothing. That was so bad. That was so pointless. But yeah, since we've already had this conversation as well, unless there's new stuff, because we now know what tiny little baby young Vlad, oh, isn't he such a cutie? I hope he graduates, I hope he does well on his SAT tests tomorrow. It's a real big day for him. He is actually on the list. He's actually the youngest kid of all. He's just got some terrifying Russian giantism.
What could they be?
Even scarier than regular giantism. By age 10, he'll be 40 feet tall. He'll be battling Godzilla and only just losing. but still being very much dead, and it's gonna be quite sad. But hey, it's better than dying to the plague, Buster Rook. I think the Odug is Buster Rook, that's what the kin might say. It's an enlightening conversation. We are adding more and more knowledge we never had last time. Also, I never spoke to any, alopecia tumberries down here. In this particular, in this run, and I don't know why. Maybe I did, and I just don't remember it. Maybe one action that I did at one point means they're a little bit less likely to kill people this time around, but that would be nice. But yes, I called my bull partner. I wonder if then, the sacrifice, the death, is gonna be to someone that I would consider my partner. I don't know who that is. I don't know if that's my fucking herb bride. I don't know if the game considers that to be Laura. I don't know if it thinks we're secretly in some kind of horrible tsundere love triangle with bad grief and good grief. The other motherfucker, I forget his name. The one who really hates me at all times. Ruben Stark. Tony Stark, a really, really disappointing brother who can't even spell his own name. Who's getting their Xbox 360 smashed in by an old, pissed-off, drunken grandpa who thinks they can get YouTube famous? Listen to that scream, that is ripped from that fucking video. I remember that with extreme, pure, photographic clarity. Why is everyone mad at me in this fucking part of town? I'm not fighting two with a fucking knife. I'm at high enough health where I could probably beat one with a knife, safely? And not particularly doubt myself in that? What is wrong with this district? Is it a burned district? So I did a little bit of research to try and understand the game a little bit more. Apparently there's such thing as burned districts, and I guess that's when no one's on the street. There's a lot of corpses out in the way. I imagine it's a district that was once infected, that was cured through the purifying flame of Christ, or something, or whoever the fuck we... Purifying flame of giant cow testicles. If they're flaming, like, you should probably get that checked. Even cows need their sexual health checkup. I'm not gonna be the one to perform it, but get the fuck out of here, you little scamp. They don't really have anything useful. I don't particularly care about chasing him down. But I'm getting really good at combat. I think I panic on stream because I expect it to be absolutely impossible. It really isn't absolutely impossible, it's just... But, oh shit. It's like less good ways when everyone has weapons but me. This is the police house. You've organized the town's defenses. Even though Vlad claims to have, like, overwhelmingly far-reaching power. You're the one with all the guns. Or maybe you don't have guns. Maybe that's an issue. No, Yagachin, talk to me. Don't hold anything back. What happened? What happened? What happened? Form an onion. What next? And that's all not a betrayal. We already saw this. You never saw my father again. You blame tight cheeks. No, I don't. An uprising. What's your sin? Betrayal, judge yourself, but I don't blame you. You.
Don't worry about me.
What evidence do you even have?
I'm made of shreds and patches.
What evidence? Whether you know the night of the murder? As a head, what will you do with him? Don't. It wasn't him. We talked. Not your You were sitting right here. How hushed were our whispers? Do we have some kind of ancient tribal telepathic communication? Because I watched your little face flaps. They were doing one hell of a flapping at the wingspan of a mighty albatross. Just very impressive. Jesus Christ. You know that image? You know that image with like all the thousands of black dudes surrounding like that one tiny white toothpick girl? He could like engage in all of them at once and he'd come out smiling. Absolutely miraculous, but I completely believe it. That's the power of the kin. Fuck all the telepathic bullshit. Who cares about that? We suck dick in the most violent, powerful ways. We suck the most violent, powerful dick as well, I guess. I'd quite like some more bullets, you know. Maybe that wasn't such a bad idea. Hello? Master! Vlad Ogimsky humbly requests your presence. Concerns a most urgent matter. Humbly doesn't sound like Vlad. I don't know if we ever came here. He'll outlive us all. I will go and find him, though. I guess we might the fuck as well. Young Vlad. I was just here, you piece of shit. And we've already had this conversation. I was so excited. I was so excited for new fucking things. But no. The same old V, man. And this V does not provide any O's. Despite what his initials may imply. Most disappointing V I've engaged with all around fucking tap. Put away your scalpel. Why is it a smashed up piece of shit? I've done like one surgery ever, and I don't even think it was with this one. I have spare scalpels at home, and I'm carrying this shit around? Anyway. See you guys when something new happens, because right now, you just beating to death a sick woman? Yes, you are just beating to death a sick woman. Well, I need to get by, and I don't really want to get finger poked. Please, that's not even finger, that's a full palm blasted. That's what you get for wearing leathery mittens. You can't separate, you can't, what is it called? What do you call that? When you, like, open up the Clooney. By the way, the inner part between your pointing finger and your thumb is called the Clooney. And I had no idea about that until now. I don't know why it's called the Clooney. I don't know if George Clooney has a particularly impressive Clooney for it to be named after him. I don't know if he uses it in some kind of horrible sick sex game. But it's George Clooney. We all know he uses it in some kind of horrible sick sex game. Just because he can. Alright, hello young Vlad. See you guys real soon. Goodbye. There's a tuneful little finger slapper. Capella, I swear to God, if this just turns out to be a fucking prank, is Capella gonna be in there again, or am I actually gonna find someone this time? I wonder how many times I have to see this before we find... Hello? Stump. Sorry, I didn't mean to. What were you playing? No idea. I just came to it, raise a lid. Just kinda happened. I'm a musician, huh? Weird. You're a savant then. Should study music seriously. Leave for the capital. A savant basically means someone who hits their head really hard in between two swinging logs, and then suddenly they get really, really, really good at building windsocks or something completely useless. That's not a compliment. Okay, music is that's a definitely good thing you can become a fucking savant in, but what do I do now? Do I go and visit what's her name? Do I go visit Capella? Adam Workerman playing Victoria's Melody, even though he had no music skills. Could it really have been a spirit? Or is there another answer? Are we ignoring the fact this man was blatantly fucking possessed? That seems pretty important. That seems really, really big. Okay, I'm gonna keep wandering the streets until I find more of that shit. Because this one's really intriguing me, and I imagine it's just about useless enough, but just about intriguing enough to warrant an achievement, which we've got quite a lot of those. By the way, a lot of ones that I didn't get last time. You know the whole train summoning thing? I summoned a train, or like the ghost of a train. It was really cool. I actually followed the kid's advice, because I had some extra time. I wanted to see if it was worth anything. It absolutely, well, it wasn't. We had a hallucination that we were being run over, that we were being ramrodded by the Flying Dutchman from SpongeBob Cubic Briefs. My father's house being robbed, how do you know? There are many of them who did this to you. Now, patrolman, do something. Will you come with me? No, no, no. Okay, I'll go do that. I think we might be able to do it now that I've got a fucking gun. I'm quite excited to see what happens with said fucking gun. Will you take a needle for this? You'll take one. Okay, sure, there you go. What a shit deal, but I don't think I need those. They count as dead items, but they're so dead that they just don't interest me. Like, if you're gonna be dead, come on, at least be fresh. I'm not munging anything that I consider a little too ripe for me. Like, if your maggot boyfriend is gonna send me threatening messages on Facebook Messenger, on a Facebook account I haven't used in like 10 fucking years, then the deal's off, lady. Come on. He clearly saw you first. I'm not one to fuck with the maggots. It could just be a gang. Let's say it's a gang, and then this gets a little bit less fucked up. Right, I want to go to the Crucible because it's been a while since we've hung out with these guys. Then we'll go deal with, Father Dearest, with dear old Dad over there. Dear old dead dad. Dear dead dad. Whatever, okay. I just feel like, there is enough time in the game. As long as you're not wasting time, respawning and dying and going unconscious and all things like that. There's definitely enough time to see almost everyone around the town in a day. And if you use the night well, you can basically get all your, you can cure infections as you go a hell of a lot fucking easier. You don't have anything to say? Okay, I don't like you anyway. You are the worst. Oh, am I wasting time? It's 4:37. Dad got robbed at 4. Oh, time is starting to move very fucking fast, huh? Not a fan, not a fan, not a fan, not a fan. Oh yeah, you're not in this. I wasted so much time like yesterday or the day before because I couldn't remember. He had a little outhouse. They lived in the greenhouse. He's trying to sun himself. Trying to build up his chloroform levels. That's the wrong one. Chlorophyll. The one that makes him green. See, he clearly needs him. He looks like a perfectly normal human right now. Actually, Shrek's forgotten uncle. Moved to Russia because... so tired of the swamp life, you know. He wants to bathe in yellow snow, not brown, sad mud juice anymore. God!
These strict sanitary measures. Why? Will they help us maintain decency? This isn't plague, cholera, or pox. Some unstudied strain of flu. I have a suspicion that it's not a medical affliction at all.
How can I help, Judge?
You're a steppe man. This affliction is clearly a steppe thing. Kill yourself and all of your No, in this situation, I'd rather rely on Obama's son than on Dankovsky. Even though he's a big city star, the roots of this place go back to the kin, to the ground, or so I should think.
The kin consider me an outsider.
This entity has a purpose, a will. It wants something from us. It plays by some kind of rules, but what are those rules? How do you understand Earth, nature? These things, they speak a language that had long been extinct before we humans had even stepped forth on this stage of creation.
I would love to be your student, Judge. I just like the way you speak. That's it. You didn't even give me any extra thought. But nice, I guess. Thanks for the meaning of life talk. Who the hell are you? No one important, but you got some bread. Congratulations, buddy. Very, very proud. Don't know what we'd do without you. Still willing to trade your drugs even in this horrible fucking situation? Eva Yan. Oh! This is where I found the Bachelor, where the Bachelor was supposedly living, and like yesterday. So you guys haven't even, you don't even know this lady exists yet. I didn't encounter her in my last playthrough. She doesn't seem very important at all, but I guess we'll go and hang out real quick. I want her to become important. I think she's banging the Bachelor. And also I heard some very suspicious ghostly things happening in her house. Though that might have been her bashing the Bachelor. He's a bachelor no more, if you know what I mean. He lost his B card. Somewhere deep in her gooch, under one of the folds. I don't know how that works. I've never encountered one. But I have encountered 6. Okay, where are we going? You do have something to say. You're really naked. It's weird. Are you a child? I hope not.
You're a steppe man, aren't you? Your kin. Tell me how to walk the steppe, right?
Clearly you have nothing better to do than teach you steppe walking. Yeah, you have no business in the steppe, town flower. What are you, a daisy? Forget-me-not? You look strange. Cover yourself a bit, maybe? No, we ain't gonna slut-shame, because she's clearly trying to do it to get on your side, and it's working.
Want me to tell you a dream I had?
Go ahead.
I dreamt of Earth. A cemetery. Not ours. Different one. In a big city. I walked through it barefoot, and I saw them there. In the snowmelt. The bones! I realized they were his beloved bones. Maybe my own. Even. Why? What is the purpose of my life?
What bones were they, Bellflower? Your tenants?
This plague came for me.
How are you? So you're all dressed up for it?
I'm good for nothing. Worthless. I don't know my own purpose, do you?
No, and now I feel fucking worthless. Come on. I didn't down 2 entire liters of brandy and hold a shotgun barrel in my mouth for 3 hours weeping last night just to have to do it again tonight. That was my quota for the month.
I want to find my calling and fulfill it. It sounds pompous.
Are you my calling? Can I mean, we could take the full off of that. I just plan to fill.
You want to find my roots?
You know, I tried to tell him, but he only laughs it off. I don't want to die. I know I must, but I don't want to.
Mikovsky does that. It's his area of expertise. If he laughs, it's because you'll live forever. God, I'm a bastard, aren't I? What the fuck was that? I don't think that's the case at all, but I can save in his, you have a very clean bed. Brown checkerboard. Nothing could sum up this man's personality more. I know, I actually find him really entertaining. That's some really good shades of brown right there. Alright, let's go and break into Father's house to break in to break the break-inners. The B&Es. The M&Ms.
I assume Eminem has done a few B&Es. He does seem a bit the type. Lemon!